Loud music only, not just by volume, but by truth.
All right, now, breaking. Big Mont, Julia Smith, this kid Big Mont keeps delivering. I really like what he's putting out.
What's going on, everyone? You're watching Showcase on Loud Music Only. I'm your host, A.T Bianco, and today I'm very excited to introduce our guest, who is a very talented artist from Peekskill, New York, named Big Mont. Big Mont, thank you for joining us today. How are you, my man?
I'm good, bro. Thank you for having me.
Of course, man. So I'm going to start this interview with a story because I have to give props. Back in July, I watched the Up and Coming podcast, which is created and hosted by my boy Kwari Eileen. And he did a really thorough interview with you, which I was very impressed with. And if you to our viewers at home, if you are looking for a great podcast to go watch Kwari's work. He's on YouTube and Instagram, and he does a great job. So go support him, and shout out to him for putting me onto your music. And immediately after I had watched the interview he did with you, I went and I delved right into your music. And I listened to Scatterbrain Crackbaby, man, and it gave me it gave me musically induced chills.
Oh, wow.
And from your lyrics down to the production, it made me feel something. I had a bit of a connection to it, and I'll explain a little bit about it a little later in the interview. But I just wanted to know, how long have you been making music, and what made you really want to make music?
Well, for one, I appreciate that. Thank you, man. That's official. And shout out Kwari too, man. He's an amazing talent. I love what he does with the journalism stuff, and he's even more of an amazing person. You know what I mean? So shout out to him. But the question was, how long have I been making music? I started making beats in 2009. I'm gonna say 2009. So I started making beats back then. And I started rapping in 2011, not seriously until like 2011, 2012. Making beats and rhyming. And originally I just wanted to be a producer. I didn't really care to rap, but nobody would rhyme over my beats. So it's like the opposite of what Kanye had going on. You know what I'm saying? I was forced to rap because nobody would rap over my beats, and I wanted to hear, somebody over my beats. And there was Big Sean. That's why I go by the name of Big Mont, by the way. I used to go by, Big Mont, UKNOWBIGMONT.
Okay.
That was Big Sean. If you know Big Sean, it's his first, his first mixtapes. His second mixtape, Finally Famous Volume 2, was UKNOWBIGSEAN. And I ran with that, and I just dropped the and whatever. But I heard him, and I wasn't a big fan of Drake when he first came out, but like a year and some change after the 2009 year he had, in 2010, I was like, okay, he's cold. You know what I mean? And I was like, yeah, he's cold. I heard The Calm, and I was just like, these artists are very emotional, you know what I'm saying? And I just like related, because I was like, this dude is just talking about things that people wouldn't normally talk about. Big Sean as well. So them two made me want to really rap for real. And the Blueprint 3 as well got me heavily into making beats for real.
Yeah, it's a great album. Those are all great artists, and Big Sean in particular. I think he's one of the best lyricists I've heard since I've been listening to music since I was a kid. And I hear you're a huge Kanye fan. I hear the soul influences in your music when it comes to chopping up samples, and maybe even a little bit on your delivery too. How has an artist like Kanye affected your sound, or even inspired you to create music?
Man, there's no one way to answer that question. You feel me? I just think it's his spirit, man. Like, I think his spirit is what attracted me to him when I first started. When I first heard Jesus Walks, I think that might have been the first joint I heard, because before that, the only rapper that was ever anything to me was Eminem, and then 50 Cent. And then when I heard Ye, I'm like, oh God, and some dude talking about Jesus. I was a little church boy. I'm no longer religious, just for the record. But and then he just always did cool stuff. Man, I just stuck with him. He just kept delivering. As a matter of fact, I got a record on the green tape that's about to drop next month. It's called The Old Ye. And you know how he's like, I miss the old Kanye, straight from the gold Kanye, you know what I mean? All that.
Chop Up the Soul, Kanye. Yeah, that one.
So I played off of that, and it's 3 verses. I ain't wrote 3 verses in a long time, bro. And I just get into just like I started it like I missed the old Ye, Chop Up the Soul Ye, Pink Polo, Talib and Mosul Ye, Last Call for Alcohol, Let's Have a Toast Ye.
Okay, all right.
I said the sweet Ye, Chop Up the Beats Ye, you know, to get in our dreams Ye, always smiling on camera, chubby cheek Ye, who let the mascot, no, I said who brought the mascot out and let God out, the one that took the rock and rocked out, the college dropout, then returned late registry, still passed, got out, just in time for the Grammy so we could take his mom out. You know, the rapper always hanging with his mother. No ID mentee, Big J and Dame brother, the one that graduated, got engaged, colors, stunner shades, color chain in the throne 50 in the same summer. Mr. Claim he bought the Jordan back, the street high fashion crossover quarterback. When you tried to box, still did the numbers like the Jordan pack. Hold up, I let you thought of that. That's the whole first verse.
Oh my gosh. Thank you for giving us that. That's an exclusive right there to everyone watching at home. That's a Big Mont exclusive coming up on the green tape.
I started, you know, just rapping. I already had some songs. I wrote a song that's on my album. It's a monster. I can't talk about it right now. I don't want to give nothing up.
Right.
I made that and one song called Money in the Bag. And the Money in the Bag is just basically a celebration of beautiful, independent women. And the Money in the Bag record, I wrote that with the other record that's on my actual album last year. So I took that, put that on it. A couple records that I wrote over the summer or started or whatever. And I just finished them up. And then it was only supposed to be 8 records. And then I just couldn't stop rapping and couldn't stop making beats. And then now we had 16 joints, you feel me? And it's just mostly gospel samples or soul samples. And there's a couple solid, like 5, 6 real song structure. For the most part, everything else is just a soul sample or a gospel sample with just some witty ass bars. And it's secular music, it's no gospel, you know what I mean? And then, you know, I've been going through a huge healing process. I do therapy now and things like that to try to get my mental health right. There's a lot that was bothering me, a lot that I was dealing with. And I went to Woodstock with my best friend, and boom, shout out to her, I love her to death. We went to Woodstock, and then when I was out there, because I was just looking at like places to go for someone healing or something. And I guess Woodstock popped up. And then I studied it, Woodstock 69 and everything, learned about that, after I came back the first time. And then I was just so inspired by those vibes out there. And I was just like, yo, the green tape, green is the color of healing and all that. And so it's just like, it's a lot of unfinished, it's a lot of music that had the potential to go to be something better than it is. It just ended up becoming a freestyle. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's mostly just freestyles, you know what I'm saying? But it's incredible music, and there's a couple songs on there you're gonna really be able to turn the music up, and roll the windows down, and enjoy your summer with, So.
When it comes to particular tracks, the ones that I had in mind that were my personal favorites were Mentality, Who Got Shot, Pressure, and Family Matters.
Okay.
Those songs in particular spoke to me just by the sound of them, and also the creativity in your message and how you creatively presented some of those songs. And, Mentality, for me, I heard that, and the vocal distortion behind that beat is one of the hardest songs I've ever heard when it comes to just, putting in your headphones and just banging your head to that. Like, it's just, I loved it. Like, it was, I heard it and I was like, oh wow, he's doing something different with this.
Dope man, I here serving dope to niggas' moms. I'm the dope man. Tell me what you need, I got that dope man. I here serving dope to niggas' moms. I'm the dope man. Tell me what you need, I got that.
So when you're thinking about Mentality, what was your creative vision behind Mentality?
State of mind of a young dude who was selling dope, you know what I mean? That was just my perspective on what he might have been thinking, you know what I'm saying? Like, generically, he could have been from anywhere. He could have been from California, he could have been from New York, he could have been from Atlanta, he could have been from Texas, it could have been from anywhere, Florida. So I was just trying to, give insight. It was bigger than who you are and where you're from. It was just a representation of, people who come from similar backgrounds as I did. I just wasn't in that. I chose to do other things. I didn't have that in me,
And when you're speaking, I guess that's speaking from a different perspective. It's not necessarily, it's almost like you're playing a character in a sense. When you're creatively making a song or presenting an album. Who are some artists that inspired you to do something like that? Because that's different, and that's something that not a lot of artists can do.
Oh yeah, that's easy, bro. Vince Staples for one.
Okay, all right.
It's funny I said that. I shouldn't have said that. Brockhampton, that like Brockhampton, believe it or not, is still my favorite anything in music right now. There's nothing. They're about to drop an album, not to be promoting other people on our time, but huge inspiration. You know what I'm saying? I love how they can go super rugged and hard, and they'll go pause and they'll just go to something really soft and beautiful. And it's sometimes in the same record. It's amazing.
Like Bleach, that song Bleach that they have.
Oh yeah, Bleach is crazy. Then you got Boogie on Saturation 3. You got Alaska. You got, man. I love, man. Look, I love Brockhampton for real. Yeah, seen him. I seen him in concert on the last tour.
Where did you see him?
I seen the last two tours. The Heaven Belongs to You, and I seen Heaven Belongs to You at the Garden. It was the theater, the Hulu Theater in the Garden.
Okay.
And I seen the Iridescence tour. It's called See You There. Matter of fact, I got the poster up there. I seen that in Terminal 5. Yeah. So
that's a great place to see a show.
Yeah. They about to do something virtual. I'll check it out. But yeah, ultimately, Brockhampton, Vince Staples, Kanye, that Yeezus vibe, that Pablo, that darker joint, you know what I mean? Shit like that.
On to the next song, Pressure. I hear a lot of rock influences in your music. And I know you have a bit of a team around you, creative team around you. You had a really it just made me, it honestly made me feel, it was like a nostalgic feeling for some reason. That guitar solo at the end of Pressure.
Yeah.
Now, did someone play that for you?
My bro 42, Dean, he played that, yeah.
My mom died, I was numb, we spoke once in the blue. She got laid to rest and I ain't get this shit off my chest. Settle issues, ain't no telling it could happen to you. Yeah, it could happen to you. My nigga, it could happen to you. I'm a diamond in the rough, you niggas lying, call your bluff, just put the pressure on them. Watch these niggas crack in the field. Pressure.
I don't know what to say. I'm just so used to it now. So it's like, damn, like, yeah.
So when you're working on music, just like with your entire team, talk about how you formed your team, whether it's musicians around you, your manager even, and how you built a team that you could trust just around you at this point in your career.
Okay, well, it's just Dan, my manager and partner, shout out to him. I met him in 2014. He came and he's just like, yo, man, look, I want to rock with you. You dope. And we've been rocking ever since. He's been with me through some of the darkest times of my life, some of the darkest times of my life as far as my music career has gone. And we've been rocking. That's my dude. 42, better known as Dean, by more people. He came to me. We've been rocking since 2016. We've been rocking since 2016. Like we was like, I would come here. He used to live where I live now. And
okay.
I used to come here, start making beats, and then eventually he gave me a key and I would come up here and just start creating, and then 2018 summer, he said, yo, look, man, I know you've been trying to do this album. Then we made like 2-3 albums, maybe like 2 albums that never came out. He's like, look, man, I want to see this happen. I want to help you. I'll help put down bread. We'll do anything we got to do. And me, him, and Dan, we put our money together. Me and Dean, we was in here every weekend working on Scatterbrain Crackbaby. We only worked on the album on the weekends, right? So that you got to take into consideration. Scatterbrain Crackbaby was made from. I would leave my job, the job I was working, on Tuesday night, get on a bus, come up here, stay the night Tuesday night into Wednesday night. Sometimes I have a girl over, so that'll take time away. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
There was times where I just came up during the week and just slept and just listened to samples or something, right? So I would do that, and then the weekend he would pick me up Saturday night. We'll work into Sunday night. So we'll pick me up Saturday evening. We'll work into Sunday night. He'll take me back home. And that's when we worked on the album from August 2018 to, I want to say we was done creating in March 2019, and it was just the rest was just like sample. The rest was just mixing and mastering, and we finished the album in June, and that's how me and Dean did that, and Dan and all that. And DeWitt is the fourth member of the team, and he's a DJ. You know what I'm saying? And Dean is a guitarist, so when we play live and shit, and yeah, that's the team. You know, we came to DeWitt one time and we just like, yo, he used to come around. I met DeWitt 2017. Me and Dean just made a record called Tap Water that probably never hear. But he came through and he was just very interesting. DeWitt was very interesting. And I was just like, yo, you belong on film, right? And so we'll see him from time to time. And then one day we just like, yo, look, man, you wanna we need a DJ. We in a jam. You think you can do it? He said, yeah. We've been rocking ever since. He was never a DJ before that day. You know what I'm saying? Now we got him. You know what I mean? He's getting good at that shit too.
How does that feel? Investing, I guess, your time and energy into seeing like the potential of a team member and seeing them develop, right? But then on the flip side of it, your entire team believed in you so much that they're willing to spend their own bread and their own time on you. It's got to be a very rewarding feeling as a creative. How does that feel for you? How would you define that?
It feels great, bro. It's amazing. I just say it begins with yourself. If you believe in yourself, then others will believe in you. You know, nobody's not gonna believe anything a liar has to say. No one's gonna believe in anyone who doesn't believe in himself. And you believe in yourself, you can be very crazy. You can be Kanye, quote unquote, crazy, and you'll make another quote unquote crazy person believe in you as well. You know.
Right. No, because I saw his name was DeWitt, right? The DJ.
Yeah.
He was in one of your videos.
Mm-hmm.
And he was right at the beginning of it. And I actually my dad went to music school back in the 80s. And so I show him artists that I'm interested in, and I showed him that video. He's like, I've never seen a video like that. I like this guy. Like I really like this guy. And I show him all these different types of music. And he grew up on Stevie Wonder and Pink Floyd and Jethro Tull. Pink Floyd.
That's what I was gonna tell you. That's where the rock influences come from. David Gilmour solos unmatched, man. His guitar solos unmatched, and that's the reason why I'm always giving solos like that. And that one beautiful joint that Mike Dean did on "Devil in the New Dress."
Oh my gosh!
I can hum and sing David Gilmour guitar solos to you. That saxophone solo in "Money" by Pink Floyd. I could sing and hum that shit, bro.
Wow.
Anything from the wall, any type of guitar solo, I'm sitting here playing air guitar, singing it, bro. I'm telling you, bro, Pink Floyd is my jam, for real, bro.
So when did you first get into Pink Floyd?
2010. I never forget, Kanye put the bug in my ear. He was doing this interview in Singapore, and he was talking about when he did 808s and Heartbreak, he was like, yo, my shit is called pop art, and the only artist that could be in that lane is Pink Floyd. So I was like, hey, what up? I don't care. But my uncle, my boy, when he's grown up, we used to, in ninth grade, we would wear like the skinny jeans with the Converse, just trying to be like this rock star.
Right.
Like Jim Jones and them's doing. We just took it a little more emo, right?
Mhm.
So we would get the skinny black jeans and the Converses, and we was wearing skate high Vans before everybody started wearing them in 2013, 14, right? This is talking about 09. So
Okay.
the boy had the Converse joints, with the Dark Side of the Moon prism on it. My uncle walked up to me like, "What you know about Pink Floyd?" and then I was like, "All right, I'll keep hearing about Pink Floyd. Let me check him out." And then my uncle found out I was into him. He showed me where to go, and been rocking with him ever since, bro.
I want to talk about the attention that you earned from Ebro Darden, and his show. I think it was last summer. He featured one of your songs on that interview. It wasn't an interview, but he featured one of your songs on his show, right?
Yeah, it was last winter and last summer.
So it was 2 different times?
Yeah, 3 different times actually. Well, 3 different songs, 2 different times.
Okay, what were the 3 different songs that he had played?
First, it was Rich Kids, off Scatterbrain. Then it was Drug Dealing, and then came time for Chain Like Mace when we dropped the Mellow Pack, and that was in August when he did that.
So when you earn the attention of some of these big names in the music industry, how does that feel for you personally? Like, do you take the time to process that? It's got to be pretty surreal.
Well, yeah, the first thing I always do is I call 2 people. I call Dan, and I call my cousin Brills, and I tell them, and yeah, it's very, 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 very inspiring, bro. More than anything, it's motivating and inspiring, and you just want to dream. You just want to dream. Just after that, and it's also humbling. It's very humbling, and it lets you know, just like, just like, yo, bro, keep going. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause we didn't pay $1 for that. You can't pay Ebro for nothing, right? And people tell me that Ebro's a tough cookie. Pause. Like he's hard to he's hard to move. You can't really move him like that. He's not impressed by much, At least on the independent artist tip. That's what I've been told. And for him to take a liking to my shit, it lets me know like I really do deserve this. You know what I'm saying? I am on the right track. You know what I mean? Because he's got a reputation, and he can't just put his name behind anything. So
right. And like you said, it uses as motivation, whether it's your just your mentality going into making new music, or just representing where you're from and who you are just in general. That's got to be pretty cool to gain the attention from him. And another big name that you earn the attention of, and I have to say, if you're willing to talk about it, is Pharrell.
Oh wow, yeah, hell to the year.
And you seem like a very humble person, so I don't know if you're very comfortable like talking about some of these things, but Pharrell Williams is a huge name, and gaining the attention from him, even in terms of him curating a playlist of up and coming artists and featuring one of your songs or just your music in general. What was that like? How'd that go down? How do you find out, and what was that feeling from?
I found out by my man Albert. He's a really nice guy. I don't know him that well, but he's very cool. He reached out like, "Yo, man, check it. This is what's going down." And at first I'm like, "Come on, bro." Like, I didn't tell him this, but I was just like, "Nah, no way." Like,
did you think he was lying?
I didn't think he was lying, but I don't think someone's gonna call me after having spoken to them in a month and a half, maybe 2 months. Oh no. We had spoken a couple weeks prior. But matter of fact, I had missed the deadline for a really good big opportunity at the time for SoundCloud. I thought like, man, I messed up. I was going through a lot. It was, in the midst of quarantine, I was having a lot of issues and stuff. And I thought it was over, and he called me with that, and I'm like, yo, that's crazy. I can't believe it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't like jumping up and down wilding, but inside of me was just like excitement that I just couldn't fathom. I'm just like, yo, bro. I thought it was lit from there. I thought it was about to go. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
And it was lit from there, but it just wasn't like I thought it was like yeah, man. I'm just grateful. I'm gonna just say that, and it came with a nice check, hence check from Pharrell.
I was just gonna ask right after you found out, did you just go right to?
I didn't know you even knew that, so I wasn't gonna I didn't mean to jump in front of your question, but yeah, man, it was. I'm ecstatic. Not many artists can say, "Yo, da 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 da," for real. You know what I mean? So it is what it is.
Right, and it's a cosign a bit too, because I was gonna ask after from the time where you found out, and then you released, and then working on the Mellow Pack. Did you just get right in the studio and write a song called "Check from Pharrell"? Because it's a very rejoicing song.
Yeah. Well, the thing was, we found out about that in April. We found out about the SoundCloud Pharrell compilation in April. We couldn't speak about it till June, so it was a long 2 months. I'm telling you,
that's a big secret to keep.
Yeah, once I signed the contract, though, I told everybody I knew, like, yeah, it's about to happen.
right.
You know what I'm saying? But once I signed it, the hardest thing was that week and a half of like just waiting on, and you got to do the Zoom call with this person and da da da, and not being able to tell my family until the agreement was signed and stuff, and so I wrote Check from Pharrell. And that time, I came home and I was just like, "Look, man, I'm about to just go up there and do it." I just walk on. I was like, "I just got a check from Pharrell." I said that. I said that to myself. I'm like, and I say, "I just got a check from Pharrell. That'd be a hard song." And I said, "You got to scream it. You got to yell it, and you got to not care how you sound either. You just got to be boom." And I just wrote that joint, penned it, boom, 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 laid it down, boom. It was over.
I just got a check from Pharrell now. Hey, from Pharrell now. Hey, from Pharrell. Hey, how you feeling? Hey, good as hell now. Hey, good as hell now. Hey, I can tell now. Okay, cause I just got a check from Pharrell now. Hey, from Pharrell now. Hey, from Pharrell now.
I had that record before we did the Mellow Pack. The Mellow Pack was just a compilation of songs, 4 songs that I had already started writing early in the year. All those songs existed before the Mellow Pack existed. I just finished them and put them out. I'm like, all right, it's time to put out music. So that was that. And that's essentially what the green tape started out as, but it just got added. The best songs on there didn't exist before the tape did.
Now, considering that you started out as a producer, and when you're creating, whether it's a EP or an album, do you really just sit with a beat for a while, then put lyrics to it? What's that process like for you?
I go in the studio and I chop up, and then sometimes I'll get something without drums,
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I have something before I have a beat. I have an idea started, and I just need that right. Like when Check from Pharrell, I was looking for a beat for a week till I found the beat that I used for Check from Pharrell. I had already.
Oh, okay.
I wanted something different, but I like to go to the path of least resistance. So when I heard that and it just came out, it worked. But so I go into the studio, just play. Once I catch something that inspires me, I turn it up really loud, walk around the room. It's a big room in here. Walk around, shout, sing, whatever, and then I'll write, and then it just happens like that.
Jumping from another topic, which I think is important. I want to touch on the topic of mental health and in music. You seem like you're a very spiritual person, and you've shared a lot of your struggles through your music. And I had such a connection with your music when I first heard it, because it helped me with my personal struggles with depression and anxiety. And as an artist, I didn't hear what you said right there. I'm sorry.
I said, God bless you.
God bless you too, man. Peace. Because I genuinely wanted to say this to you, like, thank you, because I heard it and it helped me through a particular rough patch. And it's not an easy thing to talk about in particular, just the topic of mental health. But how does making music help your mental health?
It makes me feel more confident. I say that's about it. Like this, a lot of these rhymes off the green tape too, and not to try to revert back. I'm not trying to promote. It's not what I'm trying to do. Although that works too. Is I would have days where I would feel not so good about myself. I'm human. We all do, right?
Right.
I believe even Cameron got them days. He seems like he never does. But he seems like a very confident dude. But I think he do have them too. He pardon. So I come into I be days where I won't feel so good about myself, and I just go up in the studio and yo, bro, what do you when I rap, I feel like I'm that dude. I feel like I can rap in front of any girl, impress her. You know what I mean? Like I can rap in front of Beyonce and she'll say, yo, you dope. I rap in front of Jay-Z. Anybody want the props from me? Anybody. I can, when I'm rapping, there's nobody. I'm inferior to no one ever, not even a thought when I'm rapping, ever. If I, and I don't ever want to feel that way if I'm not rapping to somebody. However, when I'm rapping, there's no chance, bro. I do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I do that. So I go upstairs and just be like, yo, look, man, I'm about to just give me a beat. And I just go off, you know what I'm saying? And so it gives me a lot of confidence. It gives me a lot of fuel. It gives me a lot of, a lot of bravado, you know what I'm saying? A little pep in my step type shit. So yeah, that's what it does for me. Other than that, I do other things to improve my mental health. I try to leave music out of it because it's very easy to say some shit that it's not necessarily true, or it's, you get caught up in a facade or become a fake version of yourself in today's world as far as music goes and shit. So it's like, it's a fine line between healing and fronting.
Right.
So.
Yeah. And when you're talking about just that topic, I've seen that you're big on meditation.
Yeah.
Do you do that every day? What's that process like for you? How does that help you?
It's an everyday thing. There are times where I do. I average one time a week where I don't.
Okay.
On average, I got a day a week that I don't, and it happens. And but it's an everyday thing. Yeah, I believe meditation is literally the answer to everything, bro. Meditation helps you with everything, with your physical health. It helps you lower your blood pressure.
Mm-hmm.
It helps you. It helps calm inflammation. It eases your mind. It helps you gain more clarity. If you do it, all these things, right? So
yeah, I meditate myself. I'm actually kind of new to meditation within the past 6 months.
me too.
Oh, really? Okay.
Same amount of time. Yeah.
Really? All right, cool.
Yeah.
So do you, I know what I do. I try to find at least like 10 to 15 minutes just by myself to soak in everything that's going on around me and realize the things that aren't in my control that I shouldn't worry about, because that's where a lot of, my personal anxieties come from, whether you can resonate with that or not. So do you find just total silence? Do you have music in? Are you listening to music while you do it? How do you meditate?
In total silence. I used to use an app, but I was just like, I'd rather sit in silence. After I read 7 Spiritual Laws of Success by Deepak Chopra, who is an amazing man, and I believe if you want to get spiritual, he's got a lot to say that you might want to hear. I just sit in silence, and just, I used to practice Zazen, which is a form of Zen Buddhist meditation. I used to practice it. But I had started to have trouble at some point, so I just sat and I sit in the sizer position, which is basically on your knees, paws rested on your heels, butt rested on your heels, pause again. But I don't do this anymore as much as I used to.
Right.
But yeah, that's part of me. All I need, I light a candle with incense because it's got to smell good. I'm meant to smell good. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Everything around me's got to smell good. Yeah, and I just do it 10, 15. I used to do 15 minutes, but I took it back down to 10 so I could really focus. When I struggle with meditation, I take it back down. I go back to amateur levels, because it's more, I'd rather have 10 effective minutes than 15 scattered minutes and you moving and all that, so.
Right. So when you're working on an upcoming project, like the Green Tape, for example, do you make a point of continuing to fit that in your day, like to get in the right headspace just to make music in general?
Oh, most definitely. And it's not about music. It's just about my day. My day is much peaceful after I meditate and pray, and exercise. And I get my calisthenics on. It's like, yeah, that's how I do it.
When looking at how far you've come since releasing Scatterbrain Crackbaby, and the love that it's gotten and the attention it's gotten, and how much you've grown. Where do you see yourself, Big Mont, in 5 years? Do you think about that type of thing? What are some goals of yours?
Yeah, I want to sign artists for one. I want to have a couple artists under my belt that I'm producing for. More than anything, I want to be a super producer. I want to be mentioned along the likes of Kanye, Pharrell, Swiss Beats, Timberland, uh, Mike Will made it, Hit Boy, the super producer that can still get up on there and rap. I see myself with the first rap artist with a Nike running marathon shoe. Real running marathon shoe. Uh, I love him. I love it. I love it. I love it. And yes, Nike, don't hit me with the you need to do your own thing. No, I want to be.
Now, do you like the Air Max? Is that one that you're real into?
The Air Max is ill. My favorite though is my favorite joint right now is what they're doing. It's Nike Alpha Fly Next. It's some crazy joints. It's this Haitian dude who ran. He broke the marathon record. 2 hours. He broke the 2 hours in these joints. And these joints is like the little red with the cream bottom. He's sexy, man. I gotta get him. I gotta get him. But anyway, I want to do that. I want to be touring the world. I want to see the world. 5 years. By then, I would like to have at least one child. At least one. Man, I wanna have some Grammy awards. Not that they're very important. Just want to be in that. I want to be in that conversation. The award itself is not very prestigious. I think the stage is, however. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. I've really got to think more about this, but I want to help people overall. Like I've realized, this whole spiritual journey that I've been on, which is very, 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 it's been very, it's very young for me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Very amateur. However, bro, like I think I found my calling, and my calling is to help people heal, right? So when you tell me thank you for anything that my music have done, that's just God's work for one. But me being that vessel, that's my job, right? And every day when I pray, I forget about this sometimes. I'm not gonna front. I never front to you, right? So sometimes I forget to tell God that I know my purpose, and I'm gonna see it through no matter what I gotta do. But I that's always in my heart, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, that's just what I want to do, bro. I really want to help people. I'm not one of these niggas that gonna sit up here and say it so you can buy my album. You know what I mean? I don't care. It's like I really want people. There's no better feeling than you got me through this. I'm just, you know what I mean? Like, and that's me. I'm just gonna give you some fly shit with it.
Right.
You can get healed and feel like you did that dude after you listen to what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that healing process that you touched on, and when I said that you helped me through something in particular, and I know that your upbringing and what you've shared through your music isn't the easiest thing to talk about, but your music healed me, and I'll be totally real with you, and I'll cut this out of the interview if you don't feel comfortable touching on this, but
I'm good with whatever, bro.
Your music helped me heal in the sense of I grew up with my mom having a lot of health problems, and it's me being real with you, and there was a certain level of frustration and anger and grudges I held against her that over the past few years I've grown my relationship with her. And you look at, and I looked at my parents and my mom in particular, and I understood her more from the outside looking in, and it was just a lot. And I looked to music a lot of times to help me through that healing process, and I could say that I still deal with those things, but I've healed from those, and I've strengthened my relationship with her. And to hear you talk about your mother and your experience growing up, for you in particular, and what everything that you had went through, to, in a sense, forgive your mom or show her in this positive light, making a song called Momma. It hit me. It genuinely hit me, man. And it helped me with that healing process. I called my parents right after I listened to that album, and I'll look right in the screen right now with a straight face and let you know that I did, because that's how it affected me. And man, yeah, that's just me being real with you.
I appreciate that, bro. I appreciate you acknowledging that more than anything, and I'm glad that I can do anything to help, bro.
Yeah, man. I really appreciate it, and that's what I wanted to touch on in particularly. I just thought that when you look at from that album top to bottom, whether it's Momma or Family Matters, man, like you, and I saw you speak in interviews, in the Quarry interview in particularly, that you wanted to show your mother that, to build a relationship with her, and in a sense it was too late. And I can't imagine how that feels, in particular. But after that, after you got that creative release out and you released that album, everything went sky high for you. And that was the thing that I thought about, when learning about your story. And that was the thing that made me so interested in talking to you, whether it could be a recorded interview or not. I'm constantly fascinated by artists and how they can have this creative release in their music, and I can feel totally different after I listen to a particular artist's music. I think that's magic. I think that's, and like you were saying before, I think that's the Lord's work in particular. So yeah, man, I just wanted to share that with you. That's what it helped me through. And the healing process obviously is a long road. But I think that you're going to help a lot of people through your music. But not only through your music, but through one-on-one conversations like this. I think people are going to see that and how genuine you are and how you mean this stuff. Something as simple as saying God bless, right? Something as simple as that goes a long way. And yeah, man, I wanted to say that, and I admire your strength.
I appreciate that, man. That's love. Yeah, man. Yeah, there's more to that story. That'll be on the Self album. There's things have gotten. I did more grieving over my mom in the past 4 months than I did when she actually passed 2 years ago. So it just goes to show you how crazy life is. But you'll hear more about that story on Self 2022.
And I'm excited to hear about that. And dude, yes, I really appreciate you being so transparent and being real with me, and taking the time out today and talking to me, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me. Thank you for giving me a platform to be able to speak my truth on. I appreciate that.
Of course, bro. You're welcome anytime, and I really appreciate your time today. And to our viewers at home, this is Big Mont. So go check out his music on all streaming platforms. And if you haven't, you're really missing out, to be honest, because he's an honest artist and he makes real music, and he makes it from a place that not many artists make music from. So if you could take anything away from this interview, is that, and just listen to his lyrics, listen to his production, listen to how meaningful his music sounds, and actually listen. Don't have it in the background. Actually listen. I really appreciate your time, and this is Showcase on Loud Music Only. I'm your host, A.T Bianco, and Big Mont, thanks for joining us today, man.
Peace.